It is Severe Weather Preparedness Week in the Carolinas, and tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., everyone set your a reminder for this. There's going to be a statewide tornado drill for all businesses and schools.
Yeah, don't let that alarm you. Meteorologist Elisa Rafa is here now to talk about some ways that all of us, if you're not in a school or you're not running a business, that we can be prepared for severe weather.
Right. I mean, you don't want to get caught off guard by the first storms of the season, right? We want to make sure that we have those safety kits and everything ready to go. And I think it's even time of the year to kind of brush up even on the terminology, right? We're starting to see some of these storm prediction risks out there, even one for tomorrow, right? And some of the terminology, you got to shake off some cobwebs. So, okay, what do these risks mean? Well, we get these risks 3 days out from the severe event. For an example, this is one that we're looking at for tomorrow, where some strong storms are possible to the south and east. Well, what do all these colors mean? Well, the green is a level 1 marginal. That's where we find an isolated severe threat. Any storms would be very short-lived on the stronger side, but the intensity is going to be pretty limited, okay? Then you take it up to level 2, where you're looking at some scattered strong and severe storms, still short-lived and still pretty limited in the intensity. As we get to levels 3 and 4, that's where these storms are more numerous, they're longer-lived, and then as you get to level 5, that is the most widespread, longest-lived, most violent storms possible, right? So with each level, it's going to increase in number and intensity of storms. Then day of, we get watches and warnings. The watch is where we can pin down that location of where we think there's going to be severe storms, and then the warning happens when we've got that strong storm. The warning tells you take action. So the watch is saying, hey, get prepared. The weather might be a little interesting today. We've got the ingredients ready to go for some strong storms. And then a warning means take action right now. That severe weather is imminent. Now, when we get a warning, a severe thunderstorm warning is for 58-mile-per-hour winds and 1 inch or quarter-size hail. Now, of course, we can get storms stronger than that, 70-mile-per-hour winds or even 80-mile-per-hour winds, and that's what we consider more destructive, strong and severe storms. And, of course, that hail could get up to baseball size. So have those emergency alerts on your phone. When you get a warning, you have to seek shelter. Where do you do that? Inside. You want 4 walls around you, every single side, right? So interior rooms, right? Closets, bathrooms, things like that. Basements, the best part. It's the best place to seek shelter. But again, if you don't have a basement, a closet or a bathroom would work as well. Things to do now, make sure your kit is ready. You've got flashlights, batteries, food, water, snacks, games, and books all ready to go. And make sure you've got that pinpoint weather app. We can get you those notifications when those strong and severe storms roll through. Tara, we've been looking at some clouds out there today. Through the day, we've got some rain coming in. So even when the rain is pretty benign, it's good to have that weather app so you know where it's at.
Exactly. And just like yesterday, I mean, we were talking about the scattered showers. We did not end up having any severe weather, but we did have that risk of severe storms. We were talking about it. Of course, yesterday it was so windy, blustery out there in general. And that's what we were talking about with the possibility of severe weather, that some of those winds could turn destructive. And as Alicia kind of touched on there, that even later on tomorrow, we could be tracking a couple of severe storms in parts of the Carolinas. So I'll go over that as well. Nothing severe out there at the moment, but we do have some of the rain moving back in as we look around on radar. And you can see some of that light to moderate rain tracking through mainly to the east of Charlotte. Some of the more widespread batches, as you can see, just to the south of Albemarle, Wadesboro, along Highway 52, seeing some of that, and just to the east of Highway 601 and out toward Monroe. And we've got some of that rain moving right over the heart of Lake Norman at the moment, heading through Mooresville and near Troutman, southern Iredell County. You can see how that band of some light rain stretches all the way out into Lincolnton, Bellwood, heading into Cleveland County, and even a stronger storm approaching southern Lancaster County here. So yes, some heavy rain about to be knocking on your door, folks, just to the southwest of the Lancaster area. And boy, look at that. Look at all that scattered activity riding up and along that I-85 corridor. So it's about to get wetter out there and stormy once again. This latest batch we've got coming in as an area of low pressure rides along the same front that helped to bring us the activity, some of that rain yesterday, kind of stalling out to our south and east. And so that's what's going to keep us generally on the unsettled side over the next few days, these waves of low pressure pushing in more waves of rain. Now, as we go through tonight, so here we go on the timeline, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, midnight, all while you're sleeping, early tomorrow morning. it's just going to be a wet go of it. Those rain chances with a few storms too, really ramping up. 64 cooler degrees out there today. Yeah, we're running as much as 20 degrees on the cooler side compared to, of course, the high 70s and 80s we had yesterday. We've got upper 50s and most of us upper 50s, lower 60s out there right now. And tomorrow is going to be even chillier. It'll be a struggle for temperatures to break out of the 50s overall with the clouds locked in place and lingering scattered showers. Let's see what radar can look like at certain periods of time here as we look at 1:30 in the morning. Just a wet go of it out there. While we're sleeping, maybe some of you could be woken up by some of the heavier just showers outside and maybe a few rumbles of thunder. 8:45 tomorrow morning, more of the same. Wet go of it for that morning drive for some of you. And then the later we get into the day, and especially by the evening, it does look drier. And Thursday overall is looking primarily dry. Into the morning, we'll have some lingering scattered showers trying to clip their parts of upstate South Carolina a little bit later in the day. So taking it out with this next round coming in through about early Thursday morning. By the time all is said and done, anywhere from about ½ of an inch to even close to 2 inches of rain is possible. Now, as I said, a few rumbles of thunder, a couple of embedded thunderstorms can't be ruled out, but the highest risk of severe weather will be in this darker shading of green and yellow zone. So especially portions of eastern South Carolina and even up toward the Sand Hills. A couple of those can't be totally ruled out. And if we do get something severe popping up, damaging wind gusts would be the main threat. But again, most of that higher risk is south and east of Charlotte. So as I said, Thursday looking a little drier, most of Friday as well, but Friday night going into Saturday, look what happens. We get another strong cold front coming in, spreading in more rain, and look at that deep blue. We'll see a change over to some mountain snow going into Saturday. Cold, blustery, windy conditions. Sunday it looks drier, but it will be much colder. Check it out on the 7-day forecast, especially in the morning with that low of 23 degrees. Highs only in the 50s this weekend.
All right, much chillier, Tara. Thank you.